Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Hope you guys are getting off to a good 2023. And I want to introduce you to my first interview of the year. Say hello to Dave Lozano, one of my best friends from school and old time fucking bros, and drummer for thrash legends Devastation and hometown legends Apparition and Hypnotic State. What's going on today, Dave?
Hey, what's up, Tony? Hey, man, Happy New Year, brother.
Happy New
Thanks
Year,
for
bro.
having me. What a fucking honor, man. This has been a great day all around.
Yes, bro. Thanks for being patient with me, man. I've been wanting to get you on the show since I got the show going, and I just wanted to be able to do this kind of audio video thing. And so I'm learning and I'm getting my show together. And so thanks a lot for working with me and being patient, dude, so I can make this work for us today.
Dude, I enjoy watching your drive. It's very inspiring, and Corpus is very lucky to have you, man.
Oh,
bro,
thank you.
Keep that flame burning, dude.
And man, thank you.
Even from afar, dog, it's just always fun. And congrats on the Christmas thing, man. That looked like that was fun.
I know it's like one of my proudest. It was freezing that day, but you know, whether it was the Christmas spirit or just, you know, whatever it was, it brought people out, and I'm really thankful for that. And it's my best production of the year. It's like bringing in 3 bands onto my plate for 1 month and getting new songs down and getting old songs put together, and it's my favorite time of the year. So if I got to grind, I got to grind. But I tell you, it's worth it. And putting together all that and having almost hitting our goal of $1,000 to donate to the Coastal Bend Food Bank has it feels great. It feels great. And me speaking for the other guys that from Harbor City All Stars and Headbangers Pit, they love to do it, and we'll be back again next year.
Yeah, dude. Good, man.
Hell yeah.
Someday I'm going to show up, yo.
Man, I'm telling you,
when you're doing one of your things, I'm just going to be visiting, and it'll all work out. And I promise you, I'm definitely up to par now.
Yeah.
But I'll just be,
That's what I love to hear, man. That would be awesome, bro. We could work that out easily, bro. Easily. It's what we're doing is you've heard some of the music before, and it's just a matter of just coming on in there and give you a few songs, and there you go. Have at it.
Yeah, dude. Hey, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. And dude, like I said, Corpus is lucky to have you pushing that for them when times are hard to just do it on our own. You know what I'm saying?
Right, man. So thanks a lot, Dave.
Rad, dude.
Hell
for
yeah,
you, bro.
Man. Well, I think we went back so freaking far, dude. I know we graduated, back in Mary Carroll back in '89, and we even worked together at Uncle Chester's old crab shack. And golly, I think it was back in 89 we graduated. I think I might have still been driving the tank.
Yeah, you were.
Right, yeah, man. The freaking tank, man. Oh, hell.
Yeah, you remember that? Yeah, I don't know what we're allowed to talk about, as far as mistress, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah. But walking across that stage, getting our diploma was definitely mind-blowing.
I'm telling you, bro. Yeah, right? That was a great time, man. Yeah, me and you walking across the stage and, hanging out that morning and afterwards, and just great memories, man. We went through it all, and, thinking about it, it's that senior year almost seems like a blur. Besides shows and concerts, everything we just kind of blurred. It went by so quick.
Too, dude. 11th grade was kind of a blur too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
man.
You know what's funny, man? Is I think I mentioned it earlier. Today is a very special day for me.
That's right.
My daughter Ashley turns. We'll just say 29. I'm not going to tell the real age so I don't get in trouble. But
that's right. Yeah, yeah. How awesome.
Dude, 30 some odd years later, you took me to go see her when she was born for the first time.
Yeah.
And, that alone, we've had so many great memories. And it's kind of ironic that so many years later, I'm the first podcast with you.
Yes,
and on top of that, I know it doesn't really have a lot to do with music, but to me, that's what kept me going, because that's when the Idolatry album was recorded that year.
Yeah.
A lot of epic things happened for my 21st year.
Right. That's right.
That was pretty amazing. And yeah, dude, at my old house in Sierra Blanca, we had some epic times, didn't we?
Yes, absolutely, bro. I know, right? Golly. And by coincidence, I think that's was that the same place that I was jamming with Malignancy, or did Tito live across the street or something like that? Remember
No,
another
that was
trip?
my house on Panama.
Oh,
My dad had
Panama.
the other
That's
house that
right.
had my soundproof studio. Remember the one that was way out
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, that's right.
Me,
Oh,
me,
that's
you,
right.
and Noe and all them. We used to fucking sneak into all those um, swimming pools from all the rich people because that's where that area was. Remember that shit? That was
Yes.
crazy. It was
Yeah.
undeveloped back then. That area, man, it was
Right,
nuts.
man. And now it's,
Yeah.
20 years deep already, at least around here. Yeah,
Yeah, dude,
man.
it's funny you mentioned Tito. He came across my mind one day, and it's amazing because the older we get, dude, every day I come up with some new memory that I couldn't remember yesterday. And
Right? A
I
good
guess it was
refreshing.
Malignancy and Tito's turn. So it's
Hey,
funny you
I'm
just
telling you.
brought it. That.
Oh, I'm telling you, bro. Yeah. Good times, man. We've been through so much, and they were the years that kind of would shape us, to where we are today. It's funny, my mom always thought, I'm going through a phase, it's just heavy metal, it's just rock and roll. But man, me and you, we're lifers. We're lifers. This is
Yeah,
what we do. It's
that
what we
was just
love.
a
It's our
way of life.
passion.
That was like breathing.
Yeah, man, absolutely, absolutely. And you and I have seen so many other friends that started out at the same time as we have, and have just gone different ways and have great careers and big families and stuff. And I'm just glad that we still have been able to keep in touch in all these years, and
Yeah,
still have this fucking great desire and love for metal, that we just got to be a part of it, got to be in the mix, and grinding. Just it's a part of our DNA, right?
totally, dude, totally. And you know, even though I don't live back in Texas anymore, I'm always gonna be Texas, dude. The good, the
Yeah.
bad, the ugly. We all know where I came from.
That's
You know what I
right.
mean? And
Yes.
hey, ain't no regrets here, dude. No regrets.
Yeah.
No regrets, man. It definitely shaped us and
Yeah.
made us who we are today. And dude, what else am I gonna do at 53? At this point, I am a lifer. I have no choice. And
Hey,
yet,
right?
you're right. If it wasn't in our DNA, dog, then I don't know where I would be right now. And with this whole pandemic thing, and talk about the most scary shit ever that I can't believe we were a part of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're still here, your family, and prayers to the ones that lost the ones,
Oh my
good
God.
and bad
Exactly.
survived, this, that, and the other,
Absolutely.
but we're still here for some reason. You know
For
what I
some
mean?
reason, right?
Pushing
Yeah.
what we've always been pushing. So
Yeah.
I love that. I love
I,
that very much. And here again, it's very inspiring to when I'm having my gloomy days. I already know I can. You're gonna be like, "Hey, what's up? Morning, fired up." You know what I mean?
yeah,
And believe it
man.
or not, I have. That's a very unique list, dude.
Yeah.
I'm name calling, but I have some amazing, top notch drummers and family dude in the metal community. But not everybody's on that list because not everybody says morning back to me.
I get
You know
it.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man.
I'm not trying to like kiss ass. The ones that are on there, that's just the way they're not gonna get mad that it's so fucking early in the morning.
Not at
Sorry.
all, man. Hey, I'd love to hear from you. And I just like,
Yeah,
hey, all right, we're chiming in, seeing how everything's going, and just want to get our day off to a good start. And it's kind of like we're just checking in, bros. You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly.
You
The way
know,
we used to back in the day, man.
yeah,
You
man.
come pick
Hey,
me up, cool, let's go. Like,
easy as that, dude. Some things don't change, right?
no, exactly. Just doing it from afar. So,
That's right,
I
man.
love
Hell
it.
yeah. Big time. Before we get started into some of the questions that I got for you, Dave, today's a special day. And 3 years ago, we lost the professor. So we got to give props to the one and only, the professor,
Neil
the
Peart, dude.
man on, yeah, I'm telling you. Well, cheers to that, right? Hell yeah.
Cheers,
Neil
dude.
Peart,
Hmm.
rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Yeah, dude. It's funny, I've seen a lot of unique pictures just today. And,
Right.
and I
Yeah.
already knew what it was coming up, but man, isn't that a trip that one of our gods now is a god in a different area
In
now,
a different, oh, man. Very well said. That's right. And
It's
along with the rest of the other metal and hard rock legends, I can only imagine what the concert's going to be like whenever, hopefully, when the bells toll for us and we gotta be where we gotta be. I just hope that the band up there is ready to rock and roll, because I'm definitely a huge fan, ready to go check that out, man.
That's going to be some crazy, unique,
Can you imagine?
That's going to be a well-rounded type of show up there, buddy.
Yeah, man. It's not like I'm eager to find the afterlife, but I find a positive place to be, where I think there's going to be a lot of love and a lot of great times, more to be had with our loved ones that ain't been around, and our bros, and everybody we've kind of grown up emulating and looking up to. Anyway, let's get back to
we can do it is keep our chops up.
That's right, man. Take care of ourselves. Yeah.
No worries.
Hey, exactly, man. Just like we're doing today, kind of living every day like it's our last, and having fun and enjoying the moment, because this right now is us making a little bit of history, and God, one of these days when we're not around, our kids can check out this video of us today catching up as old friends and going over old times and talking about our history. And seeing us, healthy, smiling, looking good, feeling good, and it's a great way to leave a legacy behind.
Thank you. Well said, bro. That's why you're good at what you do, man.
Well, I'm enjoying this, man. I really am. It's a hell of an experience, and it's kind of like reflecting and learning a lot about my friends and going through the past, and it feels great. It feels great, and I'm a talker, so it works to my advantage. So
we always have been, huh?
Right? Yeah, hell yeah, dude. I'm telling you, we're never lost for words. So let me take things back to the start, man. What got you into drumming, brother? Let's tell our people what got you into it.
Let's see. Well, what's funny is obviously Kiss.
Still have that.
Watching them on that midnight special Halloween show or whatever, Paul Lynde show, which is ironic. I can actually find that on YouTube now.
Yeah.
Seeing them come out in flames and all sorts of shit, I was hooked. But when I finally got to sit behind a drum set was actually watching my cousin's band, Edward, and Tony Alonso and all them cats back when we were in South Park Junior High. You know what I mean? So I would go to my aunt's house until my parents would pick me up, but their band would already be rocking.
Yeah.
So we were in junior high. They were already in Carroll High School, and the connection, ironically enough, was like Bob Long. You know what I mean? I was jamming with Bob Long,
guitars,
and our first band, Ivy Mistress, we did that talent show last year at South Park, and followed almost in the same exact footsteps as Tony Alonso and my cousin Edward and all them.
Wow.
Andy Hawkins, Peter and all them. It's kind of funny. And soon thereafter, everybody kind of like stuck with it or whoever. And yeah, dude, it's funny. But my first big experience was Tony Alonso. He taught me my first 4 rhythms on drum set. My cousin always used to get mad at me because I would show up there early, and they would always catch me behind his massive drum set. Yeah. I wouldn't even be touching anything, dude. I was just blown away, like, holy crap, look at this.
Yeah.
And then finally one day, I guess he caught me there on his own without Edward yelling at me, and he was like, you know what, man? This enough's enough. You're showing interest enough that I'm going to show you 4 rhythm patterns and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, the rest is history, man.
Wow,
it literally was history.
Yeah. That kicks ass.
And then, of course, my dad taking me to go see Buddy Rich, things that, of course, if it wasn't metal, I wasn't shit. I was still not paying attention, but I get now what he was trying to push.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so, it was definitely a weird ride.
How old were you when you saw Buddy Rich? What would you say?
God, man, I want to say it was early on, dude. I could say that because my dad was living in Annabelle. We were so young, and I can't even remember. It was one of those, we went on vacation things.
Wow,
you know what I mean? So I'm afraid to even say when.
Yeah.
Because without fact checking right now.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good.
It wasn't too much longer before he died. I remember that. You know what I mean? He was still rocking out, but he was still very much old. And my dad, and in fact, it had to be in Vegas because, he loved that type of big band stuff. He loved the Glenn Miller Band. He loved, rhythm and blues type stuff. I always forced him to hear our shit when we recorded it. You know what I mean?
But, did your dad play an instrument too?
No, man. I've only, other than Edward, I have my aunt Josie, who sings very much, and I'm sure Mike from Latin Talk and all them knows her very well.
All right.
Back in the day, she was like a mariachi type singer and did random shows. Cool. You know what I mean? But as far as I know, dude, that's it. Us three, and how that came to be still boggles my family's mind. Like, what's happening here? But yeah, it clicked. It stuck.
Yeah. Hey, awesome. So that was the talent show. That was your first band coming together? Was during the talent show, huh? And what came after that? What was the next band after that, or did that band stick together for a little while?
Well, I mean, we just did that talent show.
Yeah.
And then I guess sooner. Oh, okay. Damn, you're not making me really think. Okay, so back to my cousin Edward.
Okay.
We left South Park. We went to Carroll. You were still around, don't you remember when I was playing in that new wave band, The Critics?
The Critics. Okay, I was trying to think about that because I remember it was off the wall. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I still have that big double bass CB700 kit. I went from that to one time. I don't even know if it might have been with you. There was a show at the American Legion right there by my house on Castores Avenue.
Yeah,
and that band Star Chamber was playing.
Star Chamber, yeah, bro.
Had some other Brian Jackson. Scott Cruz, Manuel was playing, and then Alonzo was playing drums then too.
Oh,
and then,
shit.
I want to say Mike Bettis was singing, some guy named Mike Bettis. Okay. It's amazing how I'm remembering this. But I remember that day, dude, seeing this, I was like, what am I playing that crap for?
Right.
And I ended up playing for Star Chamber. What's kind of funny with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how that transition went back, dude.
I'm trying to figure out. I need to refresh your memory too. So now we're at Star Chamber, and tell me, where do we go from Star Chamber to Hypnotic State?
Well, from Star Chamber, we held that band, and basically we were doing a lot of covers to where we were finally a 3-piece there towards the end of like, I want to say our 10th grade, 11th grade. I don't know, because it's somewhere around then is when I transitioned into Devastation. But Hypnotic, the first time, before I got, booted out the first time. From that is when I wanted to jam, and I was hanging out with Mike because I worked at Red Carpet Car Wash. You remember that whole era?
Yeah,
They had mucous membranes. So Joey Espinosa, Salabar, all that clique. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because, we didn't come from that side, dude. We had to go venture out that way.
We had to go there. That's right.
So that's where they were jamming.
Yeah.
So that was my introduction. Mucous membranes kind of fizzled out on their own type thing to where Joey and Mike, I ended up starting to jam with. And we used to do a couple of Brewish songs. Remember Brewish as well?
Yes.
Was around that time. That was another little project that they had, which, man, I wish I could find that demo tape because I still love some of them damn songs.
Right, dude, yeah.
So, Hypnotic State, still working at Red Carpet Car Wash, moved away from that soundproof room to Panama, literally right behind Carroll High School.
Yeah.
And then, that era actually ending up back in Devastation towards the 11th and 12th grade. You know what I mean? So
right.
89, we graduated, and by 91, I had already, by basically 90 into 91 is when we recorded, so that whole album, that whole time.
Right.
Yeah, there it is right there, dude. Yeah, there's a whole linear.
Somewhere, I guess it was after Red Carpet, we were working together over at Uncle Chester's, right? Uncle Chester's Old Crab Shack.
Yeah, no, didn't we work there before?
Was that
before? We
We
were in early high school there because don't you remember? That's the first time we met Steve Pedraza. Because I jammed after.
I think you're right.
Yeah, because remember there was a hardcore punk band that I did with them. God, man, I can't even remember the name right now. But Steve was in it. Man, talk about I haven't made that memory yet.
It wasn't the Hershey. No, it wasn't the Hershey Squirts. I'm trying to think of some old school names.
Atomic Death.
Atomic Death, dude. There you
go. We played the Bay Fest. Chamber played Bay Fest.
I remember Star Chamber playing Bay Fest too. That's right. Yeah. Badass.
Yeah, dude, you remember that? Remember when I forgot my cymbals?
Oh shit!
You took me to go get them all the way back.
Man, we had to
all the way back. And we ended up going to play an hour because we missed our time slot.
Yeah,
there was some dude having a speech, and everybody's like, "Man, just let him talk, and they can fill up an hour." So now it was pouring outside. There was a big ass half pipe right there, and we were all underneath that tent. Remember that? That was a great time too,
dude. That was a good time. That was a hell of a jam. I remember. Golly, thanks for refreshing my memory. Wow, that was a good time.
It's amazing I can remember that shit.
Dude, I know, right? Golly, I don't know how you did
it. Uncle Chester's, though, exactly. Yeah. I thought I burnt that brain cell many years ago.
Dude, I'm telling you, right?
But Uncle Chester's was fun, too, dude. You remember that?
Yes, man. Shit.
That was one of the only times I ever got fired, dude. Was because that lady Hazel fired me. Only because I put that live crawfish in that lady's pile of crawfish thing.
Yeah.
Remember? I mean, that was the last. That's when I fired.
God damn.
She was mean to her family. She was being mean to her family on her birthday.
Yeah.
And it just couldn't compute. And then, I don't know, I wanted crawfish. She was just being a total bitch.
Yeah.
And like, you know what? We're going to handle this. And for whatever reason, you could always find a live crawfish somewhere.
Yeah.
That was one on the floor. And I put it right in the middle. And just waited for the scream.
Shit. Damn, man. Easy come, easy go. God bless. Hey, well, you've got me over there, and I stayed working there after a while, and that's luckily for me. I found my wife there. That's where I met Lori. And here we are 31 years later. You know what I mean? Shit.
That's great.
It is. It's great. What a blessing. What a blessing. Thanks for getting me in the mix over there, dude. Hell yeah. So
man, that's fun.
How did the connection go between you getting the gig with Devastation? Did you hit up Rodney? Did someone find you?
Yeah, no, I hit up Rodney because there was a rumor that they were having auditions somehow. I don't know. Do you remember Chris Chapa?
Yeah, Chris Chapa,
Chapa was apparently supposed to try out for them. Okay. And I think he actually did. But he was talkative, let's just say that. I overheard it. Next thing you know, I somehow got in touch with Rodney, and that's when I had my soundproof room, and I learned that massive, that first Devastation record overnight.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
And I remember having that meeting, Sunrise Mall. What was that? There was that one restaurant in the Sunrise Mall where you can order that big old mound of nachos. It was right across from the movie theater. Chelsea Street
Pub, yeah. The monster nachos. Yeah. No shit. Y'all met out there.
That is when they were asking me. That's how I ended up, hey man, can I audition? Let's do this and blah, blah, blah. And that was the first time. So yeah, that was great. That was a trip.
That's very cool. Very cool. And so after that, how long did y'all work on new material before you were ready to go to, go lay down Idolatry? Is there a lot of pre-production?
Well, no, because it's a little bit earlier than that, because we were still writing. I did the Contaminated demo, which had most of the songs that ended up on Signs of Life. So that was there. That demo, that Contaminated demo, got them signed to Combat, and then Louis was in there to do the actual record. And then after that is when Hypnotic State. It really sucks because I already knew this was gonna. It was probably one of the hardest decisions I ever had to make.
Yeah.
But I was already getting hounded by my dad. What are you going to do? Just fucking work at Red Carpet for the rest of your life? Blah, blah, blah.
I heard that. I know what you mean.
It's time for you to make a move, get the fuck out type scenarios or whatever.
That kind of shit. And yeah. Okay.
I had to make a move. And so at Zero's, Hypnotic State's playing, and I'd already heard the rumors that Deva was looking for another drummer for whatever reason. And at that point, I was like, so what, dude? Hypnotic State's doing just fine. And we're all jamming. I'll never forget this. I turn around and the first person I see is Henry. And then all of them are just standing there.
Holy shit.
I remember I was so spiteful towards them. I was already, while we were playing, I was just looking over there saying, fuck no. Don't even ask. Don't even bother, dude. Hell with that. But, you know, funny things happened because, you know, I was getting older. All sorts of crazy shit was going on. And, you know, I had to make a move. And it was, you know, I felt like I lost some friends back then. And luckily, they're still in my life now.
Yeah.
But it was definitely one of the hardest things, dude, because I had to make kind of a selfish move and get the heat off my back, you know? But at the same time, I was already feeling like, man, how many times are we going to just be playing these clubs?
Yeah.
You know, because MTV was starting to boom. The scenes were changing.
That's right. I mean? Things were going for metal.
Just about to vomit onto the whole scene. And
yeah.
You know, what are you going to do, man?
Right. You know, make a move.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, I went with it knowing that it was going to, you know, hurt some people. But, you know, everybody moved on in one way or another.
Right.
And we're there, you know, I'm just fortunate to reconnect with some of them.
Right.
Even after with all of them, you know, it's funny that they're still around, you know. And like I said, man, through the good, the bad, the ugly, no regrets, man. It's still I'm still going to be CC all the way.
DC, Texas, man. Baby. Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
You know, South Texas fucking is where I come from, dude. So really, there's no other way to be.
Yeah, I get it, man. I get it. I remember while you were writing all your parts, a lot of the time discussing all the parts that you were writing for Idolatry while we were hanging out and stuff, and all the grinding and hard work you were putting into getting all the parts tight, dude, and getting everything, you know, where it needs to be. And you were perfectionist. You're a perfectionist, and so when the time came to finally go over to Florida to go lay it down over Maury Sound Studios with the legendary Scott Burns. How was that, bro?
That was so on top of being a dream come true.
Yeah,
my
right.
Baby girl was born. Ashley was just born. So
that's right. That year.
I was on cloud 9, dude.
Yeah.
I had a kick-ass job. We just signed a record label. I had a brand new daughter, man. And that time, everything just seemed perfect.
Bam,
so
right
what
there.
better way to go over there and shred? You know what I mean? Because that's what happened.
Right.
That's how I went to Florida. Was damn, it kind of sucks. I have to leave this brand new, you know, family or whatever. But I had a great reason, and to be doing it with that, was just epic as fuck, man. I'll never forget that. That's a magical thing, and meeting Scott Burns, once we land there and the realization, like, holy fuck, this is the dude that recorded Sepultura.
Yeah.
You know, things started really getting, you know, heavy.
Yeah.
And what's funny you say, I was writing all those parts for Deva because in pre-rehearsal, you know, after I built that drum set, where me and Henry and the guys are playing, and I never forget, Scott Burns chimes in. You know, he goes, "What, you planning on doing a drum solo every fucking song?" He literally said that. And he goes, "Let me teach you about less is more." I mean, that was my first all-time lesson was from him.
Yeah.
And talk about humbling, dude. And I was almost heartbroken. I was almost in tears. Right. I didn't even know what the fuck to do. I was like, oh my God, this dude's just talking shit, but he wasn't. And so I can't even remember what I actually scaled down, because when I hear that record right now, I'm like,
it don't sound scaled down. Yeah.
So can you imagine what he made me cut off?
Right.
I can't even fathom it.
Me neither.
I still can't remember, because once we changed things, it was, you know,
that was a new norm.
Yeah. It was wild, dude. It was wild. And doing that, I was so pumped up that I recorded that in less than or about 24 hours.
That's what I thought you told me. I thought you told me that, you know, few drummers has got recorded that have laid it down so much in such a little amount of time. And it didn't.
I was on cloud 9, man.
I'm telling you, it didn't surprise me, man, because you were on the top of your game, man. This gig meant so much to you, and you were ready, and this was your moment. And just like you said, it was your year. So much was going for you. You just had your baby, and when you get your baby, you just get a certain sort of new exhilarant. You're so excited. It's like when I became a grandfather, like you become a grandfather. It's just like a whole nother love, dude. It's like, oh my God, it's unreal, and it's life changing. And so I can imagine you going into the studios over there in Morristown with that kind of that new inspiration behind you. Right there was, must have just made
totally
it just
ready to take on the world.
Yes,
and
to
little
take
did I
on the
know I
world.
was gonna have to take on the world, man.
No shit, right?
But it was a great time, man. Like the windows were open, things were it's weird to actually achieve a goal so early on, and now you have to rethink, well, shit, now what's my next goal?
Right. What do I do?
You're always under the assumption, this is it, man. This is where you worked your whole life to get to. And yet I did it by 21. And I'll go, oh, shit.
Right.
Now it's like,
right. Now what?
Yeah, it's like having a downgrade, shift gears back the opposite way.
Yeah.
And, the trials and tribulations of once Deva went down and all that, I'm sure everybody's heard the stories, but man, my trials and tribulations for that was a whirlwind.
Oh, shit.
Here again, no regrets, dude. It's shaped who we are and what we are, and no fucks given.
Right.
I'm not proud, and then some of them, I'm proud that I was able to pull that shit off. And, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm still here, and like I said, man, it was some of those scenarios that made, and here again, my daughter as well, I had to make a jump, dude, and that jump I would have never thought was to just join the military. Yeah. After Deva went, Combat Records was gone, grunge was here, where everybody's going, what the fuck? Too much partying, too much self-indulgence, feeling sorry. Me and Henry always hanging out, up to no good. It was too much fun, but then it got to a point where it wasn't fun anymore. Okay. And, we weren't that, and that, ironically, that's where I tried, dude. Before I joined the military, that's where Apparition came from.
Yeah.
I came up with that name because I was so determined and kind of pissed off, to be honest, that me and Henry were going back to the garage after being on tour. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
That right there was very hard for me, especially. And I know eventually Henry too, but man, it felt like I lost everything that we just talked about.
Right.
And one day waking up so hungover, so hating myself. I don't know if I was coming back from Flower Bluff or headed out that way. I was just lost. I pulled into that 7-Eleven, and there was a strip mall. And where that Black Oyster Bar is somewhere down.
Right.
There's 7-Eleven across the freeway. And right next to that was the Army recruiter, Navy.
There was a recruiting station there. Yeah.
Remember that shit?
Yeah.
The only reason I joined the Navy out of all of them, I passed my test to get into all of them, but it was because that was the first door, dude. And I hated life so much.
That's spontaneous.
That I just walked in there, and I remember that guy's going, man, what's up with you? I was like, I'll do whatever it takes. Just get me the hell out of this city. I need to go or I'm going to die. I remember telling him that. He goes, well, no problem. Sign here, sir. And I was like, oh, shit.
No problem. I'll ship your ass out of here.
I do the delayed entry program, and next thing you know, I'm at the Great Lakes telling myself, man, I can't believe I just did this.
Yeah, right? Holy shit. Oh, yeah.
But it went from having no rules in my life to everything I needed to learn was literally in that 4 years with the military. Yeah. And go figure, I get out of that and I end up on the East Coast, right back into it.
Yeah.
Right back into starting bands, which I ended up with starting a band with Tosin and Javier from Animals as leaders.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got some other stories as well.
Yeah.
But it kind of led to that. And, trying to stick with the same story, that's what it took for me anyway to just survive, to be able to have this interview with you right now.
Right, man. To be
It's
able to go
pretty
through all that,
amazing.
man. Part of the idolatry run right there. How was it going on tour with Sepultura and Obituary back then in the day?
Dude, it was
Some crazy
epic. Here
crowds,
again,
right?
I was the baby of the band. So, remember we're still riding bikes and skateboards, man.
That's
In
right.
between all that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and they were way older, and like I said, Henry's on the other side of town too. So we hadn't really connected in that way, man. Dave Burke and Rodney used to go pick me up at Mary Carroll High School, remember? And their red van would be waiting out there.
Yeah.
Remember that
Hell
shit?
yeah, that's cool. Hell yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was great. And
Yeah.
and a lot of it was just, man, remember when I almost cut my finger off?
That's right.
And
I
that's
remember
when we
that
played
shit.
with Sadist and Obituary and Death on the Spiritual Healing Tour, McAllen.
Yeah.
And man, I had to play that one-handed because I played with all my stitches and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that was a dumb fuck. But
Oh,
pull
shit,
that one off too. There's
you
another
make it
story
work.
in my book.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes, man. Oh,
But
it's
yeah,
tight,
it was
man.
great, dude. And to be here again, to be able to headline that tour with Malevolent and Demolition Hammer,
Yeah.
to me, it made things very hard. I mean, that's why I held grudges for so long because, dude, that was the greatest times of my fucking life. And,
Yeah.
we could have, should have went on and blah, blah, blah. But, here again, the age gap, I wasn't into the business as much as Rodney and them.
Yeah.
So I'm just probably acting like the spoiled brat, to where I get it now. I know. And I see all the trials and tribulations with labels and this, that, and the other. So with no cell phones and social media and these connections, dude, that's old school. Dialing on fucking pay phones, hoping somebody's going to answer to where Rodney was pen paling with all these people. And yeah, dude, it was such a huge thing for me to actually comprehend. And yeah, I enjoyed every bit of it. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
It was definitely...
That was a legendary show over there at Zeros, man. Devon and Demolition Hammer and oh shit, Malevolent there. And I remember someone breaking the bottle over Mark's head that night. Shit was getting fucking got crazy, dude. I don't. It was probably years later that club was that packed again. Because everybody squeezed the fuck in there before Zeros had expanded, and you guys were just so much hype already. You were our hometown heroes, thrash. Kings of Thrash right here, and delivering our favorite new album. It was one of the best shows ever happened there. Yeah,
we made the Weekend Paper, man. I still have images of that and that whole story too. That's crazy, man.
Unforgettable, dude. Unforgettable. Any other shows that happened on that tour that was unforgettable, or did maybe make a run to the Milwaukee Metal Fest by chance?
Oh yeah, well, what's funny is I didn't do it with them. I think maybe Louis did it with them at one. I'm not too sure, but I did do a couple of Milwaukee Metal Fests with my other band with Tosin and Javier PSI. So I knew a lot of them heads. And seeing these young shredders really got me into the odd timing stuff. You know what I mean? Because as you know, those dudes are space cadets on the guitar, man. You know what I'm saying? So
big time. Holy shit.
That was my evolution into odd timing music. And yeah, we went a couple of times,
wow, that's badass. And now it's coming back around again. Looks like Jamie's gonna bring it back. And it should be a weekend that's gonna be unforgettable. Let me ask you if do you have plans to be with Suffocation? Are they gonna be there?
Oh well, those are my homies. That's my home right now. So if they play it, then fuck yeah, I'll be there.
Oh shit! Yeah. Hopefully Jamie threw him an offer.
It would be great. And here again, dude, I'm going to try my hardest. And it's not that it's unachievable, and I'm not trying to jump on all this reunion bandwagon, but if I can get Deva to do one show somewhere in Texas, like I told you, I'll just say that the seed has been planted. And, something really great happened. Rodney got in touch with me on Christmas Day.
Wow.
And,
yes.
I've been hitting up some of my homies, John and Ryan and all them. Look, dude.
John, yeah.
bygones be bygones, dude. Mike Gitter and Central Media and Sony, you know, their little thing, which, by the way, thanks, Mike. I'm sure you're going to be seeing this as well. Thank you for all the time, dude. It's so mind-blowing that they're putting time and effort, and we've gone full circle, and really Deva's not even a band, and now we're back on a label. And to me, Central Media is one of the top ones, too.
Of course.
Really hot.
Yeah, so, I know, right? Yeah.
Pushing everything. I've always been trying, you know, pushing Deva and Idolatry anyway, but to have him hit me up and actually consider it and say, man, I'm going to get in touch with the other dudes and we're going to see what's up, blah, blah, blah. You know, nothing, don't hold your breath, but they're definitely interested. And that was the first time it even got to that point. You know what I mean? So I was like, wow, this must be real, you know, with Central Media and all that, because it definitely helps to have their back.
Big time.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And let me tell you, dude, they've had this think tank going on for a while. It tripped how this happened, because it was like right out of a fucking music movie, Hollywood movie. Me and Carrie are down seeing a show at the Whiskey, and Mike Gitter's there, and at the top of the stairs at the Whiskey a Go-Go, I'm inadvertently talking to this record label about my old band, and basically verbally like a verbal contract of sorts. Yeah, we're going to do this. I'm going to need you to do this, and we're going to do some interviews, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like looking at this guy going, wow, is this really happening right now? You know? And And all the time my wife Carrie's is watching like, wow, this is awesome, because this is where Motley Crue started. And look, it's just like they always said it was, and this, that, and the other.
Yeah. Hell
dude,
yeah.
It was great. That was a big time, you know, and I didn't mean to go off topic, but it's surreal that that's gone full circle. And so, you know, who knows, man, the Milwaukee Metal Fest would be a perfect one to go to.
Yes, dude. That'd be awesome to have that come back around. Yeah.
But, you know, I respect the fact that Rodney's definitely a businessman, got his merch thing going. I just saw him at the Merciful Fate show, you know, on stage, you know, because I guess he works with Midnight and that band Midnight.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, he's definitely a busy mofo. And to just ask somebody to just stop what they're doing in the middle of them making money nowadays is kind of hard, dude, you know?
Yeah. So he talked to you. Has he talked to anybody else in Deva?
Well, I keep in touch, you know, with Henry.
Yeah.
Dave Burke is the only one that I haven't. I've seen Ed, you know, when Idolatry played at Zeros. Thank God we got to play before it closed too.
Hell yeah.
You know, that was kind of an honor for me as well, because Ashley and Gabriel got to see Dad play for the first time.
Badass.
You know?
Yeah.
And to hear the whole crowd singing Idolatry back blew them away.
Hell yeah. That's right.
Not to mention, I was like, man, there's my nephew and my daughter, and it just hit me while I'm playing in front of everybody that I hadn't seen in years. Holy shit, they're old enough to get into clubs now. That's all I'm thinking. You know, really
right.
Old, dude, like,
shit, how much time has gone by already, right?
Yeah. Dude, it was crazy. It was crazy. But
hell yeah.
Yeah, doing those shows were epic, man. And like I said, I remember shows. I'm very in touch with Adam Grossman, Angkor Wat dude, you know?
Killer, yeah.
Just seeing him makes me remember some of the shows we did early on with Angkor Wat, those Halloween shows, you know?
Yeah.
They were all there, dude. And those are good times as well. It was kind of funny always, you know, I remember hanging out with Henry, and he had his band Mercenary. And I guess I don't know if I had Hypnotic State or probably I was still in Star Chamber, but we still knew of each other.
Yeah.
And I remember saying, of course, Devastation is opening this show, because nobody else got to open. Remember, it seemed like Deva was playing every goddamn show.
Yeah.
But nobody was pen paling the way Rodney was. You know what I mean? He was doing that.
He was doing the legwork. Yeah.
That's how that happened. You know,
that's how that worked.
When I was 10 years younger, I wasn't paying attention to that shit, dude. Right. Hell no. Like, you know, being a drummer, just being a drummer, hard-headed. But yeah, that's how they got it. And then, you know, I remember going to a show at the Stardust, and, you know, I'm there with Mikey and all them, and there's Henry up there with Deva. And I was like, wait, what?
What?
And then couple of years later, I'm up there with him going, wait, what? Like,
yeah,
what
right.
Shit,
yeah. Fate got you together. And then the apparition coming together after that, you bringing Mike into the mix and Jaime as well, right? Jaime was laying down on bass.
Talk about a sick ass bass player.
I'm telling you, dude. Yeah, dude.
And we only got to do one show before I ended up, just ending up in the military. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
But I got to do one show, ironically, at Zeros. And dude, it was like my dream band. Yeah. But I wasn't right here. It was very traumatizing. Thinking about the future,
Yeah.
Shit goes down to where, man, having to get rid of the drum set again.
Oh,
because you got to pay the bill, dude. I mean, I've gone through so many kits, dude, and it took me forever to realize that, man, they're not going to take my talent. Yeah. I'll be playing on pillows and boxes still, and I'll still sound like I'm in Deva. You know what I mean? So
regardless, right?
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But you had to make moves, dude, and it's crazy how, it was. Those were hard times too, but great times.
Yeah.
Here again, it's just shaped me and made me take steps to where, I met my amazing wife. I have this big, network of true friends too. And yeah, some of them are in bands, but the connections I have with them, dude, have nothing to do with the bands. They're just like me and you. And I've seen your interviews and heard some of them, dude. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
There's some connections with some amazing people out there. Me and Terrence, dude, on top of him being a huge Deva fan, dude, that's my boy right there. We have this connection to where, and then Eric, now he's a youngster and one of the sickest drummers out there.
For real, yeah.
Me and him, our chemistry, dude, is so fun.
Yeah.
Like, I can see Sid getting ready to start falling apart because he's just a bachelor, even before he knows it's happening. And I don't have to really sweat it, man. It's gotten to a point where I'm jumping on stage doing cymbal chokes with him because we just know the songs now.
That's right, man. Shit.
And now it just gives this whole like, man, these dudes actually look like they're having fun. I'm like, duh, why wouldn't we be?
I'm telling you, that's right. Everybody's there because they want to be there now. You know what I mean? It's different when you're just starting your band and things are going and you almost feel that obligation. And then here's suffocation, 20 years later, where it's like, it doesn't get any better than this. We're at the top of our game, playing the biggest shows.
Behind the lines, they're just like me and you. Man, what the fuck was that? You wake up in the morning with a new fucking pain. Now I have somebody to talk to on tour.
Right? No
Most of the time I'm just holding it in, going to smoke a bowl and just hiding it.
Yeah.
To where, man, nobody's looking at me and tear like leaning on each other like, dude.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Dave. Fucking no, dude. We need to quit being this way. We're not young. And we have that same goddamn conversation every day.
Every day, man. Thrashing at night, exactly, and feeling it the next day. Yeah. Oh man, some things never change, but I mean, we've gotten better at doing things in moderation because it's a journey. It's not just a quick race. It's a marathon.
It's a learning experience. It's a learning experience, and
big time. Shoot, you know it better than I am, man. Yeah, man. So tell me, have you done some tour managing as well for bands?
Yeah, early on, I've done a lot of the baby bands. I was TMing early on with As Blood Runs Black, Suicide Silence.
Yeah.
I played with them a lot, Yes. And then I ended up coming back to them and drum teching on the Cleansing, the 10-year anniversary of Mitch passing. And
rest in peace, Mitch.
It's kind of funny that you brought up that the topic of it's very hard for a band to get to that point where it's hard not to see that this is just a job.
Yeah.
You've hit that point where, man, now the label's waiting for you to dish out the next record. And no excuses because you're not kids anymore, going through this, with the Faces and all them when they were so young, when I met with them, that, I was doing all the Summer Slaughters early on and stuff like that. So Decrepit Birth, Cattle Decap, all of them, inadvertently I've worked shows doing just the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow. Tour managing, you just can't be as reckless when you're responsible for a lot of shit.
You got that right, dude. Yes.
I don't really like doing it. And it's not that I can't. It's just like, look, man, you can't do certain things or be behind the business of it and be on stage taking care of shit.
Right.
I prefer to stay on the stage, be more hands-on, because it keeps me young.
I like it.
There's some fucking, there's some very good business savvy young dudes coming up and very good at dealing with stress and this, that, and the other. And, we're kind of old school, dude. And I've never gotten into physical fights or whatever, but there's been times where I have to tell people, fuck you later.
Yeah.
And yet you can't do that sometimes,
Yes.
And this, that, and the other. So it's definitely a learning experience, picking your own battles. I guess when I get, I can't just drum tech and stage man's forever, man. I can't just keep jumping off of stages the way I used to. You know what I mean? I definitely got to think about the future. And it's kind of funny. Already I am thinking about, well, what the fuck's going to happen when I have to retire? Or what's next?
Right.
Am I really going to stay some sort of manager? Or, even now I'm considering I'm going to get my CDL license so I can drive a fucking tour bus.
Yeah.
Own one. I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying?
Own it, and they can hire you, and you drive them. Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. In fact, me and my wife are gonna when she's got a couple of years more, but once retirement comes, we already got it picked out, dude. One of them badass RVs.
To where shit.
We're gonna just drive around. Our Terrence and them are already like, cool. We're gonna use your fucking RV. I don't know, man. We'll see that.
Right.
But yeah.
I like that idea.
I don't know. I just want to stay in it as long as I can.
Yeah.
For as much as I can and contribute now, because I love pushing all the youngsters. There's some amazing people out there, amazing musicians. If anything, I get the joy of showing them, it's all fine and dandy technique, man, but write a hit song using 4 chords. I'll give you $100.
Yeah.
And you know what? There hasn't really been anybody to really do that. Not even me. I can't even give myself $100. Those days are really hard to just write something that groovy and badass and that simple.
Yeah.
I thank God for Obituary and Cannibal. They're still doing that shit. Man, I wish I had that talent sometimes, but
oh, dude,
my
I know,
brain
right?
just doesn't work that way sometimes, So I still hear Scott Burns telling me, dude, you planning on doing a drum solo every time?
Yeah.
Like, dude, I'm not even doing anything. I'm talking to myself. Like he's right there telling me that. So
yeah. That came natural to you, man. That came natural to your drumming, your style. And, I guess maybe he was like, you know what? You're putting so much into it. I can tone back a little bit and you're still going to sound as wonderful, as freaking amazing as you did sound on the recording. So I can only imagine what he could have taken out, but, he left all the good shit in.
Remember it. Right. We were all there when I was writing it and I can't really.
I was hearing it earlier.
He was actually talking about, okay.
The drumming, it just blows me away, man. I love, one of my favorites is Subconscious. So I just love the fucking double bass there at the beginning as you're coming in. And
dude, me too. It's funny you said that.
Yes,
I
bro.
love that song. That's how Idolatry actually opens our shows. It'll always be with Subconscious.
Yeah, it's a banger right there. Yes.
First one right there in the face. Plus, I get some of the hardest shit out. I work out all the kinks. First one.
Right. Oh, dude, that's just like a clinic right then, of the fusion of all you guys influences and your styles and where you were musically, and it just came out so fucking amazing, dude. I love it. Never get tired of it, man. That's why they call them a freaking classic, man, because it's good from the beginning all the way to the fucking end. I've got like 4 different versions of it myself. I got the new one that just came out. Hey, I want it, man. It to me, being from Corpus and knowing you and the other guys being so super cool to me throughout the years, like Rodney. I'm a fan. I'm the fanboy for you guys, man, because I've always been a supporter of Devastation, and when you got into the mix, it's just like, wow, man, now my guy's in the mix too. Fuck yeah. So it feels like I'm in the mix too. And yes, I know everybody, it was always family, man. The metal community back then, there was always a sense of competition because everybody wants to fucking be bad as fuck, but that's what metal's about. you're like that with the guys that you're with. Like, we're gonna fucking bring out the best in each other. Yeah, and that's how you shine. That's how you shine. That's what makes everybody unique. And it's just wow, dude. It's
and feeling like you haven't wrote that, swan song album yet.
Yeah,
or whatever
man. I want to write that still, man. Yeah,
Me
you
too.
made it.
I feel like I still have some years to where I get the chance. All I have to do is keep playing, man. Right. Not get sick, not die, not never, whatever. Just keep my chops up to where, like I said, if it all works out, we'll at least have one Deva show in the future.
Right.
And then I'll mention this a little bit later, but I might be doing a couple of festivals with some homies that I can't really say yet.
Okay.
But I have to go jam with them first to see if I can really pull it off. But yeah, dude, I'm finally possible in 2024 going to get to go to Europe and play the festivals.
Oh, so, man. I'll be so excited if you can make that happen, bro. Exactly. Take that opportunity and put your best foot forward and seize that opportunity, man. That's going to be freaking badass. I'm excited. I'm excited for you. You're going to make that shit happen, dude.
Every time I think about it, I'm like, what the fuck am I,
Right.
But I know I can do it. And it's just, here again, I've given myself a new goal.
Yeah.
And these dudes are very Deva big time fans. In fact, one of them jammed with Henry and that other band with Don Doty from Dark Angel, Eliminate.
Oh,
Eliminate. So yeah, there's a it's kind of funny. It's a small world in the network that once you tap into one, you're just like, holy shit, these people and everybody knows everybody. So of course I love just representing South Texas, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
it
means a lot to me. It's who I am.
Yeah.
So
well, I actually see in the near future, man, I could see Devastation selling out the House of Rock here. And so it's just a matter of, dude, it's just, if that one show that is going to happen, it could be here in your hometown, House of Rock, and make it like Anchor Watts, where we get you guys on the Walk of Fame, South Texas Walk of Fame star. And it's all in conjunction with that same weekend. You know what I mean? You get the star on Saturday, do the show on either Friday or Saturday night. Everybody has a reason to come together, a big reunion kind of show. And I don't know. I see that in the near future, Dave. So keep the chops up because when the times comes, you got to be ready to just hit the throne and make it happen.
Exactly. And I am, dude. And I am. And my kit hasn't changed since all these years, dude.
I know this, bro. Yeah.
If anything, there's a couple more things that I didn't have back then.
Well, that's the kind of set that I've always been crazy about. The double kicks, the big toms coming around like the large Ulrich set, basically, very similar to your kind of setup that he had like on the Justice for All tour on the Black album, shit like that. Before he scaled things down. Big power. Yes.
Yeah. And they're I get all the new techniques are linear and everything's, because everything's closer.
Sure.
But for me that I'm getting older, it helps being able to stretch.
It helps. I mean? That's right. It's more of a workout.
Things closer and making it easier. It's better for me to be able to oh shit. All right.
Right. In the long run, it's better for you right now. Exactly. To be able to get those reaches.
To my dumbass madness.
That's right. Hell yeah.
All right. Still, the cymbals are a little bit lower, but that's because the toms are there. But I love the thought of having an Iron Maiden drum set, but a double bass version. Nick McBrain's toms, all the cymbals, but double bass, dude.
Double bass.
And I'm lacking 2 more toms, and I will have them. I might have to custom make them, but 15 and 16 is happening.
Oh shit, that's gonna be perfect. Hell yeah. You're getting there. The dream set is almost there. The dream is coming.
2 more times,
you're living the dream. It's almost there. Hell yeah. Do you got any other band going on, original music-wise, Dave?
No. Carrie's actually got a couple of songs that we've been working on that are very Cannibal Corpse-esque, man, believe it or not.
Wow.
Lately I've just been brushing up on my chops. I've been learning those songs that hopefully I can do those festival shows. But I'm not in, they've got other options as far as drummers.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, we clicked so much that I actually have time, and he's going to give me first dibs to pull it off.
Cool.
You know?
Yeah.
And so writing music, I've always got ideas, and now that we got our little board to where we can actually start demoing stuff on a SIM card, man, it's pretty crazy that with that little thing.
Very high tech. Yeah.
Yeah, and yet all we need, you can run my triggers, a couple of mics, and we're already ready to rock.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have my immediate goal for Idolatry will be new music, probably by the end of next year.
Okay.
And I'm talking something that I can give out, send, and new merch.
Yeah.
Mikey Trejo, man, he pretty much is our tour manager and my right hand man when it comes to my ideas. It's kind of funny how he's still very much in the circle, dude, even though he's a different younger generation. That's Val and Billows, all that, that's still in the clique, dude.
Hey, he was with you for about a week on this last run. It was Suffocation, right?
He's been there almost for all actually he has been there for all the Idolatry shows.
Yeah.
So, he definitely is he'll tell me, nah, that's not achievable, or nah, that's stupid, or, I always run things through him, and yet, it gets him blown away. Like, wow. I was like, hey, man, you might have to go bust out a plane ticket because we got shows coming up in San Fran. And he's like, for real?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, dude. He goes, man, I didn't even think we were doing anything yet. Well, surprise, surprise. I'm like,
yeah, right.
It's like, so it's going to be fun. By the time Carrie does her first show, like I said, I think that'll be more fun because by that time, the dudes, we're all jamming. I mean, you can't go wrong with just playing Deva songs.
No, but that's right. Yeah,
have her back and just shred.
Yeah,
in front of her feet, like us jamming at zeros.
Yeah,
dude, I cannot wait.
Yes, bro. Oh, it's gonna be so badass. I love the family business part of it. You know what I mean? Both you guys bringing it right there, laying it down. Shit,
yeah,
that's awesome.
She's a lot of fun, dude, and like she can play every instrument, literally, dude. Her main instrument is piano. Then, right now she loves the bass. That's what she's shredding on. But she's got an acoustic bass. She's got acoustic guitars. I have my own 7-string, but that's my only axe. Everything else you see in this room is all hers, man. She's always had this. In fact, with her, without going too much into it, her kids, she has 4 of them. Dude, they had a real band. They all jammed. Her son's name is Tipton, after Glenn Tipton.
Really? Yeah, yeah, dude, that's awesome.
It's soul metal and all that,
Yeah.
Sarah, all of them, they're just awesome. And
how incredible.
They all had this part talking about the whole family business. So I love that about her.
Yeah.
I love having, it's such going to be a different experience. She just doesn't know how to react. And I love it because I already know this is what's going to make it great.
Yeah.
Her first gig is just going to be so epic.
Yeah.
And we got her back, dude. She ain't going to have nothing to worry about but just playing the songs.
Right.
And she's going to shred it. And, to me, that's going to be right up there with streaming a Devastation reunion. That's
bro.
That's a goal.
Yeah,
that's just gonna be fun. You know what I mean?
It just one of those moments that just kind of goes to show that even though as we get older, it keeps getting sweeter. The shows keep getting better. You know what I mean? Yes, not only the ones we were able to go see that are still coming around, but the shows we're putting on, we still get that
the ones that
high,
we get lucky to be playing and being involved in. Yeah, it's very much magical. Her meeting, my closest boy, like her and Terrence and all them, you can see the appreciation, dude. There is no, it's just a necessary click that she's so awesome that everybody's just so attracted to the white light that she is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I have to put a black streak in there. That's why she's fucking playing bass and stuff like that.
Yeah, right.
And yeah, dude, she loves the heavy shit, dude. She lives for going to shows, the 70,000 tons. I think she's kind of bummed that we couldn't go to this one, but it's just so damn expensive. And
dude, whatever. I know. Yeah.
I'd rather go on tour and work and make money than spend money, you know?
Right. Yes, exactly. Keep
That's
the
what that
machine
is.
rolling.
It's
Yeah.
6 weeks, 6 days of partying. And if you're a tech, it's hell because they're looking for you. You're the only sober one.
Oh, shit.
Dave, we need you. I can't be at 3 places at once. What's wrong with you? I'm
Right.
drinking too, or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
But it's fun. And, you know, I want to give her a new experience to add to all her other ones too.
Yeah.
So she's gone home. She's, you know, I want her to meet all y'all, man. She's already met the family. So the next time we go down there, it's time to the next set of people, you know.
That's right. Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Good, man. Oh, I look forward to that. That's going to be super cool. Well, hopefully within the next year, God willing, maybe around Christmas time or something. So you've got 2 grandkids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got Audrina and Rowan.
Yeah.
Rowan's 5 and Audrina's 11.
11 and 5. Golly, Grandpa.
Yeah.
How about this ride, right? I'm telling you, right?
Dude, Audrina in herself is a miracle baby. And, you know, me and her have this, from day one, we had this attachment. And go figure, Ashley kind of tapped into the music very little, but Audrina did very young. She jumped on the drums, dude.
Yeah.
You know, now she's into the other things because, you know, she was a little bit shy until we went to that studio, you know, that the pictures that you've seen, and Henry's screaming in front of her, and she got over the embarrassment real quick. And, you know, I tried to sit her on my lap and learn how to play, and she pushed me off and just started.
I need room, Dad.
Yeah. She couldn't really reach the bass drum pedals yet, which was kind of cute.
Yeah.
So I would just sit there trying to do it for her. But, you know, she knew how to do beats, you know, and without really me even showing her, she was just imitating. Yeah. You know, so she still loves going to Guitar Center when I go down there. You know, that's just one of our little things. We just go over there and just
go browse.
You know,
yes.
Yeah.
See what they got. Yes.
And she still does that. And to this day, and, you know, Rowan, he's still questionable. I think he's going to be the little sports athlete of our little group.
Yeah.
But then you never know. You know, he's a wild one too, man. Totally the opposite of Audrina. And yet, you know, typical boy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's fun. And then I've got other grandchildren from the other kids that are out there, the 2 older ones.
Oh, you know, my goodness. So how many total?
Entirely huge family.
Yeah, right.
Oh, man, now you're putting me on the spot. But I want to say with mine, possibly maybe 8.
Yeah.
Total.
Man, you are so rich in family. I'm telling you. Wow, 8. Oh, my God.
So my whole goal and with that was to get everybody to meet each other. Yeah. That would be really great because Ashley it would be really neat to see that she has a very much extended family, that she's got other brothers and sisters out there.
I love that. That's an awesome idea.
Older, some are younger, but they're very much interested in her as well. You know what I mean? And even though they're starting to venture outside of Texas, you know, just starting. Yeah. I highly push that and recommend so they can see the world and see, you know, just get the hell out of Corpus for a little bit so you can grow and do this and do that. And you know, that's definitely going to happen in our future, you know.
Good.
We're just having to deal with life until it's time, you know. When that
it'll come.
Even
if
I have to pick up everybody in our RV, dude.
That's what I was thinking about your RV. You're going to come around to Texas and say, what's up? We're going to go on a trip. That's right. Yeah. Oh, so, man. Yeah.
Even the RV is going to have bunk beds, I think, the way it has, just in case. Yeah. You know, if not, then it's going to be junk bunks until they get used, whatever, you know. So
that's right.
We've got it kind of thought out in that little area.
Very cool. Oh, man. Yeah, so what a history we've got. What a ride it's been, right? It's and it's
not ending, dude. You know,
it's just like, it's like, okay, it's kind of like as you're growing up as a kid, as you're leaning up against the wall and you kind of measure yourself as you start. Here I am at 3 feet, or at 10 years old, and then 11 years old, 12, and you keep going up. And now here we are. Damn. Okay, I stopped growing, but the times are still getting better and the future looks brighter. You know, it's it's
brighter and
fulfilling.
scarier at the same time, because the hurdles to be able to live those dreams and everything that we just talked about.
Yeah.
It's going to cost, and
it's going to
have
cost.
to do this and
grind and work.
and the other, but we're ready, dude. What the hell? At this point, after this pandemic, that's one thing that we really acknowledged, was that life's just short, dude.
Tell me about it.
And, whether you believe in that crap or not, it actually happened. And a lot of people are not with us. And, it's something that's here to stay, unfortunately.
Right.
I recently just got sick, dude. And I'll tell you right now, I never want to go through anything near that. And it wasn't COVID, but I got that crazy ass flu. And I think it was like RSV, COVID, and the flu put together.
Yeah.
Like it was a weird thing, but long story short, I never, ever want to feel like I can't breathe again.
Oh, shit.
Like my lungs shut down to a point where I almost had to go to that emergency to get a respirator.
Yeah.
But I went to the ER urgent care 3 different times. They had to shoot steroids in me to get my lungs to open up, dude. It was crazy, man. I'd never felt. And if you didn't get what being sick is, if you were lucky enough to avoid a lot of this, man, all it takes is one time. And I was a believer to begin with, man.
Yeah.
I didn't doubt any of it. I did my shots and this, that, and the other. And yet my doctor was all like, the hell with COVID. He goes, everybody forgot what the flu was like. And that's one of the top 5
flu's already
killers.
A killer already.
And he goes, and guess what? You just got a triple dose of it. And I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
It was weird, man. And I still, to this day, like, look, here's an inhaler just in case.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God. You don't want to feel.
I'm still feeling it.
I'm still recovering.
Yeah. It doesn't, something's not 100%.
Right.
But you know how hard-headed we are. Sooner or later, this is going to be my inhaler.
Tell me about it. We beat ourselves up. You know what I mean? Our bodies have been through hell and back, and we still expect them to work like we're in our 30s. And it's sad but true that our brains tell us, hey, we can freaking do whatever the fuck we want to do, but our bodies tell us, no, you better chill the fuck out, or I'm gonna make you regret it. And,
that's why I don't jump off the stages anymore.
Yeah, bro.
I don't even go near the pits, man, because I'm too old for that shit.
I retired, bro.
The face at my age would ruin my whole month. Are you kidding?
Right.
Like that would be the worst thing
ever. I can't afford that
dude.
Kind of shit in my life.
I don't know. You know, to where you're, dude. Congrats that you're doing these marathons. That's heavy duty, and and Carrie,
believe me, I was doing a 5K, so it was
awesome.
the shortest that you can get, 3 milers, but it's still doing something. And you got to do
3
something.
3 miles is long.
Yeah, 3 man, it's long, bro. Yes.
And Bob Long, he does those marathons, and man, didn't he almost have a heart attack or something? And he's relatively healthy, and so you just never know, dude, what cards get dealt.
Yeah, you could be as healthy as you can be, and you could still, your day could come.
Exactly.
So enjoy
live
it.
Like
enjoy
there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
Smartly, don't be stupid.
Right.
But dude, take the risk. Go see things that you've never seen before. Go see a concert that's not metal once in a while. Just open and take the chance, because man, there's still a lot of awesome things in the world right now, dude.
That's what the excitement's there.
I went with the military and saw a lot of things, and I'm telling you, man, music's everywhere. So that's gonna be there. Just go somewhere different if you can, and while you can, because there's gonna be a time where it's already showing that it's gonna be hard to go do those festivals close to a certain country.
Right. For instance,
Yeah, like Brutal Assault and all the ones that are right on those borders that we all love and you want to go do. And that's why I'm trying to do these festivals with that band, because there could be a time, dude, where a lot of those might end up just changing because they're just too close or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the ticket prices alone and blah, blah, blah. It's, time to just explore and go have fun and be with the family as much as you can.
Yeah.
To watch the youngsters eyes be bewildered, by watching a real pyramid would be awesome.
Yeah, dude, I mean? That kind of experience. That's right. Yeah, it's
and
huge.
That's definitely me and Carrie's goal is to go to Egypt, because I got to go see those pyramids my own self, because I'm definitely into the ancient alien thing. And
so am I. Yeah, man.
Dude, I love it.
Hey, well, it's just like, how can something like that be built other than by a human? You know what I mean? Just saying that they're just so massive and incredibly heavy, and the design of it. Yeah. UFOs? Hell yeah. Yeah, man. Ancient aliens? Hell yeah. Something's going on, man. And I actually, don't get me started, man. Don't get me started.
That'll be another episode.
Tell me about it. That's right. That's right. The conspiracy theory episode. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I want to dodge the algorithm, so that way this definitely gets seen by a lot of people. Well, Dave, I want to move on to another segment of our show where I'm going to find out what your favorite things are in our metal world. All right, and it's a segment I call Draw the Line. All right, so I want to bring up a couple of subjects. You need to tell me who your favorite is out of the two. All right, so I'm going to get back to our roots. So let's take it back to our real metal roots with Black Sabbath right there. And who's your favorite singer, Ozzy Osbourne or Ronnie James Dio? Who's your favorite out of them two?
When it comes to Black Sabbath?
To Black Sabbath, that's right. Just Black Sabbath. Because each one of them went on to make heavy metal history in their own solo acts, but each one also left a mark with Black Sabbath that guys like me and you love.
Honestly, dude, I love Ozzy, and it'll always be. But my Ozzy growing up was him with Randy Rhoads in that era. Okay, and that's just me being honest. Yeah. So when it came for me and Black Sabbath, my experience with Children of the Sea, so it would be with Dio when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Because I remember it going to that carnival, the Himalaya ride where that stupid ass siren would go on, and we're going backwards trying not to throw up, and that's when I first heard that.
Yeah,
that was Black Sabbath to me.
I get it. Yeah,
it's just kind of a weird thing to say, but yeah. And then when it comes to Ozzy, even with him playing Black Sabbath, I got into it more when he did the solo thing. Speak of the Devil with Brad Gillis after Randy Rhoads died.
Oh,
hearing all those
that was awesome.
Black Sabbath songs in a heavier way, if you will,
with an Ozzy band.
That was my first experience to that. So
yeah,
I was way younger. So that to me was kind of my reasoning behind that answer, I guess.
Yeah, well, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, exactly. That's where it hit you in your childhood, is where Ozzy had already made the move past Black Sabbath, and Dio already was filling those shoes.
Dio did too.
Yeah.
Like it or not, we were still part of that MTV era when it first started out. And I remember seeing those videos and that concert on Saturday for some weird reason. And Ozzy's hanging that fucking dwarf. And,
that's it. The Speak of the Devil live. Yeah.
These songs I'd never really heard before. I was like, what are these songs? Iron Man and this, that, and the other. I was like, holy fuck, this is insane.
This is the shit.
Turns out that was Black Sabbath. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's how that happened. It's kind of weird, but
I love them both. I love both the guys, but I just love the vocal range of Ronnie James Dio. Man, it just
Singing
he sounds so freaking great.
Of course, he's more. I'm not going to say more talented. He's just more wider range to where Ozzy had his own sound, dude. His own
man.
That when he heard Black Sabbath, he was so unique.
Yeah.
Whether, sometimes you just wonder, man,
vocals.
And writing their music around this dude's vocals.
Yeah.
Or how's this working? Because it just worked.
Yeah.
And it was, even when he went solo, same thing.
Same thing worked.
And even now, even when he talks and you just know who that is.
Yeah,
he's still
that's right. I love Ozzy, man. If he ran for president, yes, fuck yeah, he's got my vote. Oh my goodness. Hey, well, let's move on from a drummer's perspective when it comes to Black Sabbath. Ooh, how about in comparison to these two? One's out of Sabbath, because when it comes to Sabbath, there's only one drummer for Sabbath right there, and that's got to be Bill Ward. But
of course,
on the other end, not even the other end of the spectrum, but let's just say one notch over, you have one of the other kings of hard rock, Jason Bonham. Or I backed it up. dad, John Bonham.
John Bonham.
Who do you prefer out of those two big dogs right there? John Bonham and Bill Ward.
John Bonham.
You're going Bonham.
Because, I mean,
woo!
Moby Dick, that was one of the first dudes I had really heard that had a whole song that was a drum solo.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Of course I'm going to go that way.
Yeah.
Bill Ward was just more of, I'm not taking anything away from him.
No, not at all. Yeah.
He was a band dude. Like, he was part of that band. And to me, John Bonham had this, man, that's why I listened to Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
That snare drum, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest. It wasn't because of Robert Plant and all them dudes. It was because of that snare and that dude playing.
Yeah.
I remember seeing a scoot-through drum set and holy shit, is that a timpani and a big-ass gong? And, come on, man, you can't go wrong with this dude.
Love it, man. And then they get a chance to see that movie, The Song Remains the Same, see the little backup, the background behind all that. And great stuff. John Bonham. Love it. Yeah, you've seen Jason Bonham play several times, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, of course. And he does a great job. And ironically, the older he's getting, the more he's sounding like his dad.
Yeah.
To me, when he first started doing this, and even in his solo bands, a little stiff, but that's because he was young and just following in a huge footsteps, man.
Right. Yeah.
To where now, dude, he's you didn't know
he's Jason Bonham. Yeah.
Is right there, like, holy shit. That's it.
Right.
You had to make 2 turns for that. Like, whoa, that was great. Yeah. So
I love to see him jam with Sammy. I think he's a member of the circle. And are you a big Sammy fan?
Sammy. Yeah, Sammy Hagar?
Yeah.
Of course.
I thought so, man. I love Sammy, man. How many shows
did we see at the Coliseum?
Tell me about it,
Red Rocker.
Oh, man. I just wanted to make sure before we let the cat out of the bag, I'm a big Sammy Hagar fan. I love the voice. When it comes in between, sometimes one of my questions on Draw the Line would be, is it David Lee Roth or Sammy Lee Hagar? Who do you prefer, Van Hagar or Van Halen? And to me, I prefer the Hagar years, but it's kind of like how we're talking about Ozzy, is that, David Lee Roth may not be the best singer, but the entertainer, the performer, and the whole reason why you gave Van Halen a second look, besides Eddie Van Halen, was because that charisma of that motherfucker.
Yeah.
And David Lee Roth was incredible, just like the charisma of Ozzy with Tony and the guys in Sabbath. Yeah, just totally. Good stuff.
So where Sammy, man, I loved it because he shreds and sings, and we both know
the
that.
Combo, yeah.
And to have him up there with Eddie Van Halen doing one of his songs, like to me, much fucking props right there. That should tell you everything.
Yeah. That's right.
He's always been a well-rounded singer,
Yeah.
In his own right, his own bands, dude. I love those, the 3 Lock Box album.
Yeah.
Remember when my dad had that Game Room Video World?
Yeah.
That was part of those fucking records that we were playing.
That one
and the Judas Priest.
Yeah.
And I was always getting yelled at by my cousin because whenever they leave, I put on the Ozzy Diary of a Madman because I would like to play foosball to that.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, that's got one of our favorite tracks of all time. You Can't Kill Rock and Roll.
You know it, dude.
That's like our anthem, bro. Right there, it's like our anthem. It needs to be like on the back of our obituaries. You know how they give you that little card that everybody gets, almost like a little bookmark. It's gonna have the lyrics to that one. It's just got, it's said so well. You can't kill rock and roll. You can't kill us. We're leaving a legacy behind when we do our music, and that's one of the best things about being a part of music is that you leave that kind of legacy behind. And let me keep going to the next one. Here's a couple of big bad boys on here on drums. Tommy Aldridge versus one of the guys that I know me and you love because we must have seen this guy do the Ozzy Osbourne. I think it was Bark at the Moon tour, VHS tapes so many times. But I'm talking about the one and only, the great Randy Castillo. Randy versus Tommy Aldridge. Holy shit for the Ozzy Osbourne band. I know, right? 2 different beasts, 2 different eras.
Well, honestly, I only know Randy so much in those couple of records that he did, so obviously we'd seen that tour so many times, that show. Yeah, of course I
Wait.
love this dude. But when it comes to what Tommy Aldridge did,
Oh, yeah.
he's a bad boy, dude.
He is,
He's
bro. He's been
I'm
in the
not saying
game
that,
so
and
so
Randy
long.
Castillo might have been you know, what do they call him when you're just a clinic drummer, so to speak. I don't know if he might have ever done that. I know Tommy Aldridge did. So
did that, yeah.
To me, that's a different type of caliber, you know, because somebody that's not just doing a band, but he's pushing that Yamaha drum line. He's pushing those Pisces cymbals. Even back then,
Yeah.
you know, and modern drummer, that's what I was seeing more of. And now when Ozzy got Zach Wild and you know, the whole new breed of people, of course those dudes were sick as hell, you know. But remember when he played on Bark at the Moon, you're right. You know, when I first seen Randy, he had that big ass double bass kit too. You know what I mean? It was actually bigger than Tommy Aldridge.
Right.
So that was kind of hard too, but way different types of drummers. But I'm gonna just go with Tommy Aldridge, you know, because he just had a style to me that was just epic. And whether or not he played on those records or not, or if it was somebody else, which I just don't know, and I really don't even care. I've seen him live. I've seen him what he's done. You know, he played in the Black Sabbath.
Yeah,
I've seen him play. I loved what he did with Whitesnake.
Me too.
And Steve Vai.
Hell
you know?
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, he just did crazy, cool rock patterns that were great.
Yeah.
Kind of innovative, you know.
Right.
And to where the other one, I don't think they didn't both showboat, man. That was a really hard question right now.
It is because they're both
right
showboaters.
I feel like I'm arguing with myself.
Nah. On the other hand, right. I'm telling you, the more you start thinking about these two guys, the more you can really appreciate all their technique and what they bring to the drum world. And why Ozzy wanted these guys to be in his band. When you're Ozzy, you can have the best of the best, and you pick the best, and whoever you know, it's not a matter of skill. It's pretty much just like, hey, I can play with anybody that's at this caliber. But who do I want to hang out with on tour for the next year or 2 years? And those are two cool guys. Oh, who could put up with Ozzy? That's right.
Hang out with the real dudes that you know. Motley Crue and them were partying with him or whatnot. That's got to be hard, dude, on so many different levels.
Right. Yeah.
Being able to just go for that hour or so, you know, that's a lot of whatever you want to call it to just play that 1.5 hours.
Right.
That's a lot, dude.
It's incredible,
Been there,
bro.
done that one.
Right, man. Let me ask you another question. Okay, this next one is I'm going to take a little quick break from the draw the line on the 1 versus 2 questions, but I'm going to throw out 5 classic albums that came out in 1985. That's when we were totally in love with metal. And I want you to give me your top 3. And they don't have to be in order, but 5 out of the many albums that came out in 85 that were really life-changing for me were SOD, Speak English or Die, Possess, Seven Churches, Slayer, Hell Awaits, Anthrax, Spreading the Disease, and then, of course, Bonded by Blood from Exodus. So what do you think? What are your favorite 3 out of those?
My Anthrax was Among the Living.
Okay, all right. So that hadn't come out yet.
Yeah, no.
So we're gonna scratch Spreading. So you got SOD,
but you know, but SOD was definitely one of them.
All right.
Even Sepultura. For me, was that
85?
Yeah, even Schizophrenia.
I'm thinking that would have been closer to Schizophrenia right there, or even Morbid Visions. Yeah, even Morbid Visions.
Sorry about that. Do you see that little thing coming up? That was Terrence saying, "I just got blazed."
Oh,
I just blazed up.
Oh shit.
Anyway, yeah, that's because what's funny, dude, is I liked all sorts of metal too, because I know you remember Queensryche was a big thing for me.
We love Queensryche, dude. Yes, dude. Scott Rockenfield.
Different caliber of metal, but I love Saxon.
Yeah.
Accept all those old school.
Yeah.
I was a fan of Twisted Sister, and I still am to this day.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's really hard to pick out an epic album, only in the sense that that time, man, MTV was a big part of us. So
yeah, 85, man, big time.
Stay Hungry album.
Yeah, stay
anything
hungry.
that had a lot of drumming, you know, of course we're not going to take it, you know, those things were just epic and shape-shifting me into what I ended up doing with Deva and all that. And believe it or not, you know, I know it just sounds insane, but
you know,
that's why I still like big drum sets. Iron Maiden is going to be one of my top, definitely, you know.
Right.
Rush as well.
Yeah.
Those ones, you know, that's really hard for me to pick, but Moving Pictures probably is one that's so epic.
Yeah.
Because that's around that time when my dad had that game room, you know, off of Castores, you know, Video World. That's another record that was being spun around.
It's a banger on there, yeah.
I was getting yelled at. This
regular rotation.
So yeah,
that's
and then
badass,
Dio Holy Diver, dude. Dio Holy Diver, Vinny Appice.
Yes.
Carmine Appice's younger brother. Or I'm sorry, Vinny Appice. Because you better.
There you go.
You meet these dudes in whole.
That's the way they want it. That's the way they want it. Yeah.
I got told by him.
Oh shit!
I got told by him. Yeah. Right. So you know that was great. So those albums.
Those
I guess that's like more than 5.
Those are like but those are the life changers, man. Those are the ones that you knew every lyric, you knew every drum change. You know, it was like, I'm waiting for the next song coming up. You know, every order. And whether we were hearing it on our vinyl or hearing it on our Walkman, it was just part of our everyday life. You know,
dude. And then, not to mention Metallica, that was life changing as well. That changed the whole. Boy, did that change everything?
Yeah, I'm telling you, kill them all. Yes.
To ripped jeans and just drums and you know.
That's
like,
right. And fucking Marshalls and Gibsons and shit. Yes, Thomas.
Straight up.
Yes,
you know, seeing that Metallica at the Ritz Theater, opening up for
Wasp.
And believe it or not, man, I remember their drum tech having to tape down Lars's bass drums because they were sliding.
They moved. Yeah.
Back then, that's how hard Homeboy was hitting.
Yeah, man.
You know, like that was pretty epic.
That was very fucking epic, dude. Golly, that was one of those tours that, you know, that came through town that guys like me and you. That's one of the on our bucket list, like one of our proudest moments. We were there, Metallica, Ride the Lightning, fucking Cliff.
We saw that
Cliff. I'm telling you,
chrome big ass drum set.
Yeah,
Marshalls, and you know, even though Wasp had a hard time, but Wasp was sick as fuck coming out after that too, because that was that first record.
I Want to Be Somebody, Hellion. Yes, man, they came out. They didn't take. You know, it was rougher for them the second time around when they had Slayer opening up for them. But Blackie Lawless has got some huge balls to take Metallica on the road and then Slayer on the road. Huge balls. And
it all makes sense now, too, because they were all Cali bands.
They were, you know, exactly, on the strip.
Being here now, I understand it. He took whoever because they were all here.
Right.
They were just the up-and-comers, you know, and
that's the way you put the tour together, anyway. Exactly. So it was good business, and we loved it as fans. Hell, I love Wasp. I love Metallica, and you come again with Slayer on Rain and Blood, Last Command tour. Shit, man.
Dude, you remember I felt so bad for Raven. They opened up that shit.
It was terrible.
And that dude jumped out in the crowd. People were
he was so
on him.
fucking pissed, like, dude. The bass player. Oh man!
Stop. Don't go out there.
Now I know he could have done that every show, but I know he got that kind of treatment at every show because that's just what Slayer would bring out. And
totally.
I mean, I felt for him, man. And
you remember that show though? It was so much fog, and that's when we all found out that wasn't Lombardo.
Yeah,
that was John Detty.
Whiplash,
and
man.
Remember,
right?
I'm gonna blow your mind that I even remember this. John Detty was playing, and when they played Angel of Death, they didn't do the double bass.
They didn't.
Part.
They didn't.
They went into Rain and Blood or a different song. They tried to tie it. And I remember I was going, oh, what the fuck was that?
Instead of playing it, they skipped it. Yeah. Oh, shit.
And running into John Detty when he plays with Anthrax, I even brought that up. And he was like, yeah, dude, it was really hard.
Yeah,
because they were being very hard on him because that was such an epic replacement that they just didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
And I was like, so they chose that to just exit out. He goes, yeah, believe it or not.
Shit.
He goes, I would have tried. And he goes, man, they should have. And I was like, he goes, that was a higher up call. And I was like, yeah, well, after being on tour with him, I understand. So it's all good.
And he was a hired gun at that point, you know, and then you go with the flow. Hey, I get it. Oh, shit. All right.
That's some bigger shoes to fill.
Yeah, man, huge. So, and there weren't anybody bigger than Dave Lombardo, man. In the thrash world, he was one of the top players right then. And it was a lot of us as fans couldn't believe that he would leave the band or they would part ways. And it was one of our first big metal breakups that we had to live with as metal fanatics. But
did you get to see him with Testament on the last run?
No, I missed that one, dude. In the Bay Area Strikes Back.
It was so great.
Yeah.
It was like, wow, dude, Lombardo's back, Yeah. And I love my boy Gene playing with Testament too, but you just said it best from that thrash style.
Yeah.
Dude, he just shredded with that. And plus he played a lot. They played The Gathering.
That was his baby right there. Yeah.
Yeah, that was his work. Shit was sick as well.
Shit, yeah. Sickness. So, man. God, I regret missing that tour. All right, well, let's go to a few more real quick. A couple of badass vocalists, guys that me and you love. Who's our favorite between the King and the Metal God? Rob Halford.
Ooh.
Oh, shit, right?
Sure know how to pick them, dog.
I'm telling you, you got to make it interesting here. Yeah. They both bring so much to the table, you know what I mean? But they're from...
so such different styles. One is falsetto, and I've actually seen music training video teachers being blown away at how accurate and how awesome he is.
He can do it, yeah.
To where one is almost very operatic, which is a whole different range and similar. So that one's a really hard one, dude.
Yes, bro.
I come from a younger generation, so I'm going to say that I was more brought up with King Diamond a little bit, even though I've grown to love Judas even more. But I'll be honest, when Painkiller came out is when I started paying attention.
That was a game changer. Yeah,
it was,
for them and their career is like, hey, we're back, motherfuckers. Yeah.
So, and now, dude, ironically enough, my teacher, as far as being a drum tech, is the drum tech for Judas Priest.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Me and Carrie go see him whenever we get the chance to, man. But he's gotten us backstage to meet these dudes, and Carrie talking to Glenn Tipton about Tipton was pretty badass.
Tipton, oh shit! Very full circle moment, dude. Very surreal. Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. Oh shit!
So I don't know. I'll just say King and then, Rob. But it's because, just like the Ozzy and the Black Sabbath question, it's not that I don't like them. They just were in two different eras of their music career, I guess.
Yeah,
and I grew up with this one. So Abigail, that's our cat is named after Abigail.
Oh, I love it.
That's why I call her Queen Abigail. Yes. Queen Abigail is our cat's name. So.
So we're going with the King, and I'm gonna leave that one for another episode. Whenever you guys want to interview me, because that's a hard one, dude. I love both those guys. I love them so much. They're you got to throw Ronnie James Dio in there in the mix as three of the best, vocalists of the metal's ever had. And arguably
a hard one. Talk about Dio and Halford as far as singers.
Wow,
good luck on that one, buddy.
I know, right? Oh shit, I'm gonna remember that one. Thank you. Well, let's hit up these two badasses right here. Two of our favorites. James Hetfield versus Tom Araya. Holy shit! How about these two badasses? I try to keep
I'm gonna go with Araya.
You're gonna go with Araya. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Araya because, he hit the same the whole way. You know what I mean? I guess. Where, look, Hetfield's still going strong.
Sure.
It seems a little bit too much for me, but what else are you going to do at that? He's a little bit older than us, and I can only hope that we're still doing it when at his age.
At his age like that, right? Yeah.
And to me, if you're going to evolve, then it would kind of make sense that he was just trying to evolve and learn to sing and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to that Hetfield crunch pedal. He must have sold it. You know what I'm saying?
I get it, yeah.
Overall, man, I'm just going to go with Araya. It's just...
I get it, man. Tom, they're two beasts. I'm gonna favor. I don't know, man. My favorite bands are Tool and Slayer. So Tom Araya, keep it simple. Keep it simple right there, you know, and
And I love
Metallica's in
Tool,
that
dude.
mix
Are
too,
you
right
kidding?
there. Yes, man.
Tool, Deftones, that's a whole different
That's
type of music right there. And that's another
exactly.
episode.
But those are those kind of drummers that we love as well, man. That bring so much to the table, man. Danny Carey, holy shit.
Oh God,
Have you
dude.
ever met
Yeah.
him? Because he's like a monster, right? Like 7 foot
Yeah,
something.
dude. Perfect circle drummer too, man.
Yeah.
That dude was he's one of my newer rock drummer idols.
Yeah.
And then, you know, look, I'm Cali and I love Blink-182, dude. You know,
Yeah.
Travis Barker is probably my favorite punk rock drummer. Because
yes, man, he's got skills, man. He's fucking chops.
When they're on the radio, he's the only dude that I've ever heard get away with some of the shit that he does on the radio.
Yeah, right.
And it's type music, whatever you want to call it. But yeah. I'm not stupid. I was like, man, did he just pull that off? And then, you know, and it's
right,
dude. 4 p.m. in the afternoon. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, man, he's fucking bad.
Dude. So yeah, there's a whole string of those dudes that, man, don't even get me started with those because I love that. And you know, that was like me bringing up Queensryche. Yeah. That's a whole different section of metal and music that, you know.
Yeah, that we're lovers of. Exactly, right? Yeah, okay, well, let's finish off with the two big dogs. If both these guys were playing in LA tonight and you could get tickets for you and Carrie to go see them, and backstage, you know, all access, would you either go with Judas Priest or Iron Maiden?
Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden. All right. Yeah. I know me and you listen to, I don't know how many, you know, Maiden albums, you know, throughout our times of hanging out. But I got to say, Maiden was on more often than we ever had Priest on. And I think it's just, it is what it is.
And you know what? We went to the Screaming for Vengeance. It's not that I hadn't seen them.
Right.
But you're right.
Yeah.
All those Maiden tours went through Corpus, dude.
Right. Peace of Mind, Number of the Beast, Somewhere in Time. Yeah,
Somewhere in Time. You know,
yes.
I couldn't believe they fit that stage at the Coliseum.
Right. You know, that was like one of the... Yeah, dude. And Eddie fell down that night over there, so that was a memorable moment at that show. But
he fell down a lot in Corpus for some dumbass reason.
And I think you caught both bands on their last tour, right? Maiden and Priest, right? God bless, man. Hell yeah.
And you know, we'll try to go to as many times because it brings back so many cool memories. Right. And I'll tell you this, Maiden, dude, sounds like what a mature, well-oiled metal band should sound like, dude. They still sound the way they used to.
Yeah.
To where now, dude, with Priest, they're putting new members and it's all good. It's all gravy, but now they almost don't have the original dudes. And
good point.
You know, the King is up there, and you gotta give him. You can't expect the same things that he used to do, but when he needs to, he hits them.
He gets it done.
But you know, the other dudes are still somehow sounding like their records, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. Just like, dude. I'm over here trying to listen because I can pretty much tell if they're using effects on vocals.
Yeah.
Dude, as far as I can tell, man, Bruce Dickinson is still not using any.
Yeah.
You know, you can hear his back notes once in a while, but dude, they just sounded insanely great.
Great.
And
yeah.
And of course, the whole time I'm just looking at that ginormous drum set anyway, so it doesn't even really matter. I'm just like,
oh man. And every tour is a different every tour is a different drum set. And Nico's such a I love how he always posts his videos of him before shows or just getting ready, or here's my new drum set and I'm getting the heads put on, and so is my tech. He's very social media savvy as well, so he's out there. And I just I love it, man. And, you know, speaking of bands that I love real quick, what about that Pantera reunion? How does Charlie sound, man? Is he sounding fucking tight or what? You digging it?
You know what? I'll be honest. I had my doubts because I just didn't know what their real mindset was, because it was kind of hard not to just get over the fact that, oh, this is a cash grab type thing.
Yeah.
But after actually hearing them, I will go see them.
Right,
you know, right. I'm not going to go see him right now and pay that much money to go see him.
I can't afford it either, bro.
when
Yeah.
they're well oiled and they're headlining by themselves, with maybe some young baby or bands or whatever. Hell yeah, dude, I'll go check it out. And Charlie, I never doubted that he couldn't to begin with.
Exactly, man.
We
Charlie's
both know
so
this.
kick ass.
Yeah, and the same thing with Zach, man. The funny thing with him is, of course, I can name a few other guitar players that would have worked just as well. But
yeah,
it's hard enough to you don't want to get somebody that really looked like Dimebag. Then that would be kind of weird.
Right.
At first, I wanted that. You know what I mean? I wanted that, but then I realized, no, man, they're not going to be writing new music unless it's old Pantera that didn't get released. They're just,
Yeah.
And to see the audience, going out, it's good to see a headlining band again.
Yeah.
Of our era.
Right.
Of that. And, Phil and them are doing just fine, and I'm happy for them. So we'll see,
Yeah.
That was a hard hurdle, but I think the dice got rolled and it worked out in their behalf.
Yeah.
And, it's just my opinion, but I dig it,
Right. That's cool.
I'm lucky I'm a drummer, so I'm not going to fucking nitpick on Zach not hitting every exact.
Right.
But I know that fool finally is nervous again.
Right.
Think about it.
I get it.
He's a youth again going, oh my God, this is my first show ever.
Exactly, right?
I love that. I'm excited for him for that. And Charlie,
Right.
They're getting that rebirth, if you will. Like, holy fuck, this is, because Judgment Night.
Right. It's like Judgment Night, that first show coming out there. Yeah, man, big time.
What'd you think of it, though? What'd you think of it?
I loved it, man. When I saw the video starting to come out, I was like, holy shit, it's like the power of Pantera coming out with the fire and everything. The stance that they had, I was like, man, the production's there, dude. Awesome. Yeah. Phil sounded great. What I was missing was the energy that Phil would bring. But like me and you, like Phil, good, shit. It's not as easy for us to catch 4 or 5 feet of air on stage as it was 25 years ago. And he's had his stories as well as about all the damage he's done to his body from having so much fun on stage and
he's not running around the way he used to.
Yeah, exactly, man. But what I could appreciate was that the voice was there. The voice was there. Yeah. So I was like, yes, you brought it. And you brought it.
I'm just glad he's not doing his speeches right now. You remember,
Tell me about it. Yeah.
Dude, quit talking and just play.
Give me some more jams, right?
I love it. And I'm very thankful for that because he could definitely get drawn down that road easily. And right now, I think it's already out of his system.
Yeah.
And he's probably going, holy crap, I'm back up here again,
That's right.
Really happy.
Tell me about it.
There's Panther up there,
right.
So it's pretty awesome.
Real. Yeah. So I encourage them. I encourage the younger crowd that's out there that never got a chance to see Pantera. Go to the show, enjoy it. It creates that same kind of energy that you're seeing whenever you see Lamb of God nowadays. Where the pit is just where if you were able to catch Slayer on the last tour within the last couple of years, those kind of crazy, insane pits. Thousands and thousands of people in attendance. It's the kind of shit we live for, man. We love concerts. We love concerts. So
the good, the bad, the ugly.
The good, the bad, and the ugly. And it all comes in with the territory, man. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Well, I'm going to wrap up, draw the line right there, Dave. But I want to open up the floor. Tell me what's coming up in 2023 that you can let out of the bag. I know you got some projects coming that are going to take you overseas, God willing. And what could you maybe share with us that that you got coming up the pipe?
I do have something actually really cool I can talk about right now.
Great.
Of course, Suffo will be hitting the road, and I'll be out there doing that thing.
Yeah.
But this is something that just happened in New York because I went and did. Me and Carrie, we flew to New York to do Suffo's last hometown show for the year.
Oh,
and Internal Bleeding was opening up. A couple of others that are just insane bands, up and coming baby bands. But anyway,
yeah,
going over there, I got to be a part of I did an interview with Eric, and it's our friend Amanda. She is doing an extreme metal drumming documentary, right?
Oh,
And
kick ass.
yeah, it will be
Yeah.
pushed to some bigger networks, but
Yeah.
she's only about halfway or maybe 3/4 done. But dude, let me tell you, it's, from Eric to where she made me part of it. She's like, no, you're going to be in it because I just did my facts on you and I already know who you are. So inadvertently, I got thrown into the whole mix of just like this. So it's going to be
Luckily
an
for her.
official, yeah, it's going to be an official documentary that you'll be able to scroll up on some sort of network at some point. I can't really say what because they're still shopping it, but and her name's Amanda, and her new company is called gloomymediaproductions.com.
Okay.
And you can just type in that and check out what is coming out, because she even mentions that that's her main project in the works and stuff like that. So
yeah,
that's going to be really neat.
That's exciting. And, yes.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And to be a part of a whole slew of drummers, dude. I mean, you're going to be blown away. And European ones to hear, talk about being able to leave my legacy in a short bit about Devastation and all that in there.
Hell yeah.
And then the re-release this year, hopefully I'm going to be pushing, hopefully a Deva show and this, that, and the other. Let's see.
You make sure you post everything you got on that Deva news, because everybody down here in Corpus is all about going to check that out. Hell yeah.
And yeah, on top of a hectic touring schedule, which I'm glad, because man, we need it's, Cali ain't cheap. But yeah, Suffo, I've got some shows with Havoc and possibly Atheist and Cynic and some other things that are just going to be, we're definitely going to do an Idolatry demo or an EP. And I think that's going to be on top of Carrie doing her first show, which will be totally fun to video stream and stuff, because I think that night's going to bring a lot of magic. And because Devastation is going to be there as the cradle, the foundation, it's just going to be epic.
Yeah, it will
it's just going to be great. Where that'll happen, I don't know. And I would love for her to come play back in Corpus as well.
Yeah.
That'll, maybe we can all set something up in the future.
Right. Yeah.
But we're just going to keep it at that, dude. And as far, as soon as I hear that I can hang with that band, that's when I'll be able to say,
okay.
And between me and you, dude, I know I can. It's just putting the hours behind this thing.
Right.
But I'll be back on the stage in a big, big way, at least for bucket list stuff, like playing in front of 10,000 people or whatever.
Hell yes.
In front of, and to me, I'm in a perfect dreaming world, since I'm kind of dreaming right now. I think it would be so epic to be with Devastation in
that mix.
What better way to play those shows with that?
Yeah.
And South America as well.
Right.
I have a lot of friends down there that are, in fact, tomorrow or Wednesday, I haven't decided, but I have to do another interview and podcast for somebody in Brazil.
Killer.
Like, dude, this has been so surreal, and all because of Century Media. So hopefully this is all pushing, Rodney and the guys to really consider it, but like I said, everybody's busy. Everybody has to work. We're not kids anymore. When duty calls, whether or not it's Suffolk or whoever, I got to go.
Right.
So if I have Idolatry and was in the studio, guess what's going to happen? I have to push it to the side because I have obligations.
Yeah. Got to work. Yeah, I get
it. Right now, it looks like I'm going to be able to fit in a lot of these little things in between the tours.
Yeah.
So, 2023 is going to be fun. And then already possibly festivals in 2024.
Yeah.
So already that's not too shabby, looking already that far ahead. So
that's awesome.
We'll
that's
see.
So exciting, man. I'm so excited for you, bro. Keep up the success. I'm so glad you're feeling better after that illness that got you, around a month ago. You were so worried about getting through all that shit because it had you by the balls. But you made it. You made it. You're back. You're feeling 20%. You got these auditions coming up, or really these opportunities that are going to be coming up to be kicking ass with some young bucks, and I can't wait to see that or hear about that as well. So tell us where we can keep up with you on social media, Dave.
Well, right now you can hit me up on Instagram and my Facebook page. I'm still very simplistic and
That's
Neanderthal
great.
in that way.
Yeah.
My info's down there. I don't really push too much. Now with all these new things, I'm definitely venturing out and looking into other things. But here again, it requires being on a computer all the time. And I'm still very much hands-on. You can only do so much backstage and, this, that, and the other. But we'll see, man. Whether or not I would do my own podcast or something like that, I don't know. Because you definitely have the talkative talent. Like I love the
Thanks,
questions
man.
you just got. You stuck me in like, whoa.
Yeah, I wanted to take a little twist.
That's a gift, dog. So
thanks, man.
I will just keep representing the way I do for South Texas and my family, and you guys, the whole metal family, as much as I can.
Yes,
I'm gonna push as much metal and music towards everybody, and just stay connected for as long, as long as we can.
Man. Hey, well, we're proud of you over here, Dave. We're so proud of you, man. And we look forward to next time you get to come and join us over here in Corpus Christi. And like I said, if it's around Christmas time, consider spending some time with us at my next Christmas show when it comes up. And all our stuff that we do is, you grew up with Kiss and Twisted Sister like I did. And that is all the vein that it's in. You know what I mean? So
I love it. I definitely love it.
I'm telling you.
We should definitely plan for this year.
That would be great.
I think that would be so epic already. That's
man.
Something that I'd love to be able to plan. And if I know that if we set something up now, then I can make sure that we're there and knowing everything. I definitely would love to do that, man.
I would
definitely love to do that.
That's great, man, because we're going to be expanding this year. Last year we had 3 groups, but this year I want to go to a 4th group. So that opens the door for yourself on drums, another couple of guitar players, maybe another couple of singers. Because right now we got 16 guys, and throughout each of the 3 sets, there's usually about 6 to 8 of us up there. You know what I mean? But like I said, we're growing. We'll talk about it after the show, and we can work out some of the logistics to it, and see if we can make this fucking happen next year. Christmas time is our favorite time of the year. And do your grandkids live here in town?
Yeah, they live in Corpus.
Wow, you know what I mean? That would be amazing for them to come see Grandpa over there kicking ass, doing what he loves to do on stage. And it would be my treat to be able to bring all that together. So let's see if we can make that work. All right?
Yeah, dude. And you know what? To reconnect you with Ashley after all these years, when you saw her when she was it's just pretty amazing. Like I said, it's been a pretty magical day. Thank you for all this. Thanks for keeping metal alive back home.
Yes,
like I said, man, everybody's lucky to have you, and just keep doing what you're doing. And I'll keep doing what I'm doing, dude. I'm always going to
That's what I want. I want you to keep doing what you're doing, man, because it makes you happy. And that's what it's a quest for happiness, bro. Me and you, we've been on this quest for happiness since we were born. And we've had some great people that have come into our life that have really blessed us and given us the inspiration. And I know Carrie is there for you, and Lori's here for me. And when we got supporters like that behind us, and there's nothing that can stop us. So let's wait
till they meet. They love each other, man.
I bet
I'm sure they're going to have their own stories about us. Like, shit. That sounds just like this fool.
Tell me about it. Exactly. That's right.
That's going to be great. So,
I look forward to that, bro.
Tony.
You got it, man.
Thanks, bro.
Well, we're going to have a great 2023. And Dave, till I see you again real soon. And I'm sure I'll talk to you tomorrow, all right? Let's say bye to everybody out there for me.
Later, bro. See you guys. Love Corpus Christi. Keep the scene well.
Hell yeah.
Love you guys, man.
Well, I love you. Thanks for listening to the podcast today. We'll see you again real soon and see you at the show. Thanks, Dave.
Bye, guys.